as well as the Southwest dance team. We are not showing them tonight because they will be going to competitions coming up, and it being a very competitive sport, doing dance line, they don't want anyone to see their routines before the actual competition, so we are not going to show that tonight. However, we have a wonderful guest here tonight, and that is former Green Bay Packer, current Southwest High School football coach, Bryce Paup. Thank you, Bryce, first for being here tonight.
Sure, thanks for having me.
You had a good year last year, a good football year. You have done tremendous things with your program over at Green Bay Southwest, and just amazing. How do you feel about this last season, and what do you see that you think you'll want to work on?
Well, the kids did a great job buying in, and they did a good job executing, staying focused the whole year. And the things we need to improve on is getting the younger kids to buy in a little more, because we have to, and they're addressing that, I think, with the possibility of having junior high football at Lombardi. So we got to get that continuity building so that we can get better quicker. And once that happens, then it'll be more consistently better every year, because now we have a couple good years and then we kind of dip a little bit. But if we can get that junior high to start feeding us what we want, then it'll make it more consistent, because the kids will have years and years under that system.
You had had some success, and then things kind of didn't go so well, and you made major changes. Mm-hmm. And it took a lot of nerve to do that, and it seems like I would have been scared to death to do it, but what you did seems to have been incredibly effective. What did it take for you to make that decision? I mean, you as a coach had to look at that and really do some deep thinking about what you wanted to do. How did you approach that?
Well, yeah, we kind of did it in the middle of a season a few years ago, and, people never want to jump off the plane. It's starting to spiral, and everybody wants to try to manage it and go down with it, but sometimes you just got to jump. And, I saw too many things happening that just weren't to my liking, and it was time to make a wholesale change, and we did, and fortunately it worked. But there's times when you see it going down and no one wants to say anything or do anything, you just got to move. And it's worked out great for the kids, and hopefully it'll keep working.
And that brings us to this coming year. I know you're not going to want to say too much about your plans for this upcoming year, but could you give us just an oversight of what you see for this coming season?
Well, we're going to have to do some rebuilding on defense. Offensively, we got quite a few skilled guys coming back, so we'll be able to score some points, I think. They just matter of, hopefully it's not a shootout. Hopefully we can get that defense up to par, but it'll take some doing.
All right. Now, on to the big spectrum, the overall. Your alumni, so to speak, the Green Bay Packers, they're playing well. They seem to be on a run. What do you see for them coming up now for this coming season, or the rest of this season, and possible playoffs? What do you see?
Well, they've had a rough spell because they've had some injuries, but the good thing about that is they haven't, completely tanked, and they've got a lot of young guys, a lot of good experience, and that's going to help them not just this year, but in the future years. So that, when the older guys or maybe guys would leave for free agency, they got guys that are ready to step in. So, it will definitely help in the future, but I think it's made them better right now, because the guys that haven't been playing, the older guys, they're going to be fresh coming back, and so it's going to be like they've had a few bye weeks. They may be a little rusty, but hey, it's time. The playoffs are starting to come. They're starting to get a little hot. They're starting to find the running game. The defense is starting to come around, get takeaways, so it could be like a couple years ago.
Do you ever look at the season as it is now, or how things are going, and say to yourself, geez, I wish I could get back in there for just one more time?
Yes and no. There's sometimes yes, the pride, but I don't miss the Monday mornings, that's for sure.
Well, thank you, Bryce, very much for sharing our time with us here today, and we'd like to thank you for stopping by this evening. The Green Bay Southwest